some of the footages we saw,
Yeah.
I mean, I agree to a bit of, I mean, of the conversation that sometimes they need some reset.
Yes.
So when you give them the pie, you realize that they wake up. No, that's violence. But it looks as though that really works. But clinically, what do you guys do to help these people and ensure that they don't go back? There is another data that was churned out that day, was that some of the youth believe that it gives them manpower.
Okay.
How are you counseling them? What do you do to ensure that these myths are demystified?
All right, so from a psychological lens, there are some theories that backs up addiction to behavior. An example is the social learning theory, which believes that people learn behaviors by observing or imitating others, especially when these behaviors are backed up by rewards or positive reinforcement, which means that a lot of youth will go into addiction and substance use based on perceived role model or social media influencers, right? We know a lot of Ghanaian musicians always portray this cool guy who smokes, who drinks
in their musical videos.
And even some movies that portray, and also the glorification of early gratification, as in making it early in life, making it money. It's a pop culture thing. Like every kid really wants to have that cool life, and so when there's this massive social learning around us, it means that we need to demystify. And how do we do that? We need to do that by what we call the existential or meaning questioning, as in how many youth understand purpose, meaning of life, connection, healing, resilience. Like when we really talk about connecting to your mind, body, soul, spirit, what do they understand by that? And I want to take it from the educational aspect. How many schools in Ghana do we start with psychological education? We don't have.
Do we even have?
We don't have it. Initially it was religious and moral, but like I said, we are fanatics, and so normally we would like to go that way. But when we really talk about mental health and psychological well-being, every child needs to understand how to manage their emotions, because a lot of times kids are not being taught. They only see it on movies, they only see it in musical videos. And gaming is very aggressive, and kids who game, and like research shows that kids who game a lot ends up becoming violent. They end up learning new words, being very disrespectful to parents and authorities, and they develop a certain form of grandiose image where no one can really tell them anything. Like they form a certain perceived image about themselves and life and the world. And so what I would say is we need to start from the early child education, psychological education, and also teaching parenting. I know no one really teaches parenting, but we need to take it from that aspect. So many parents would come to my office asking, I have a challenge with my adolescent, especially the age of adolescent is a stage of identity crisis and role confusion. Some of them are even trying to understand, am I a girl or a boy? Because the issue of all of that, and so it comes with a whole lot of confusion and then complexities about who she is, who he is, what he wants to become in life, the kind of friends to choose. And this is all about critical thinking, decision making. How many average kids can really make certain decisions about their life based on like having some form of autonomy or having a sense of belonging, or even knowing that they are being loved and cared for, because everyone has a love language. And even though parents are trying their best to provide all the basic needs for their child, sometimes some kids need attention, love, understanding, like cooperation and all of that. So when kids miss that, parents also lose their child. So I'll take it again from psychological education in the basic schools, middle schools and senior high schools, and then parenting skills, and then lastly the media. We really need to cut off certain things. Like the ministry has to, like, I know they have the authority to, when we advertise stuff that we believe, like in our own consciousness, will portray a certain pop culture and social conformity for our kids, we can do something about it.
So you're talking about regulation.
Regulation,
okay.
Right?
Okay.
Policy.
Yeah.
And come on, we are talking about game, but there's betting adverts all over the place, and it's a big win, right? And there was even this policy that was like, we need to, they need to pay taxes and not like. So are we allowing it or not?
Okay.